I had the opportunity to speak at the Aabea Day here in DC. A number of panelists and young participants presented their talks and thoughts and shared their accomplishment. It was really amazing to see the talents in our community. I wish them all the success.
Going to my presentation, I want to ask a question. How many of you are familiar with the author Yuval Noah Harari? Okay, some of you are. Good. So, why I asked that question? Yuval Noah Harari, he wrote a couple of books, and one of the books is named Homo Deus. The word Homo Deus means man God. What he's trying to tell that with all those technology which you learned today from our young stars, AI and this general intelligence or artificial general intelligence (AGI), which is on the horizon, where computers will be able to act like human, reasoning, coming up with new ideas. As of today, computer cannot generate its own ideas or emotions. So when the AGI comes in, the computers will be like human. Now, Harari is telling that with all these tools and technology in our hand, in our individual's hand, each of us is taking the role closer to God. Why? Because he's telling that in the old days, when we never had all this technology and medicine and everything, let's say an example of cholera. In the old days, cholera used to come to a village, lots of people used to die, and what we do? We used to go to the mosque or to the temple, wherever God is there, and ask God's help. But now, we don't do that anymore. So we have taken that role from God to ourselves. So he's telling that day by day we'll be more like God. And then he's pondering that with this type of power on individual's hand, is it going to be a destruction of the world? Because humans are emotional, they are guided by emotions, and sometimes they can whimsically take a decision and destroy the world. So that's a big question mark in front of us, that how we human will behave down the road. Now, here comes the role of soft skills in that. I believe if we can promote soft skills and tell people how to manage their emotions, how to build a relationship, to do good things, then we can minimize that risk a little bit. That's my hope, and I am the ambassador to that. So, and as you can see, now I present myself as a speaker and a life coach, and in this area, this is my passion area. You heard in the introduction that I'm an electrical engineer, worked in the GIS industry for many years, and now I'm sort of in between. I'm still not 100% sure that I'll go back to the job, but I want to pursue this for the rest of my life. So I want to be a speaker and a life coach, and my focus area is soft skills. Next slide, please. So when I say about life coaching, this wheel of life, where this particular slide is showing 8 different domains of our life. As you can read, family, spirituality, and all those things. So in each of these areas, we can be at different level of satisfaction. We may be happy, we may not be happy, or maybe somewhat happy. So as a life coach, what I do, I tell people that, hey, in a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best or most satisfied, 1 being the least satisfied, put a color for that particular segment, in that domain. And then we tie all of them, please go to the next slide, and we come up with something like this. So as you can see, it's like a unbalanced wheel of life, you know. Your own one may be a different shape, but it can be something similar or something better. When I say better, what is better? Better is when you have a balance, you have a circular wheel, you know, then you can run your life in a balanced way, in a more smoother way, you know. So those are the things we want to work with the individual, to guide them, to look into their inner strength and come up with a plan to make the progress in that particular area. You know, that's the life coaching part. Next slide. So my slogan is soft skills for everyone and everywhere. Because what I learned through my life experience, I'm 66, almost 66 years old, so I have some experience. Yeah, you can see that. So from that experience, I learned that soft skills is one of the bigger skill to have in addition to your professional skill or technical skill. Technical skill you can really learn pretty quick, but to internalize the soft skills, you need to have a life journey focusing on those skills. So what I tell people that wherever we are, either in our work or in our family life, we deal with three different things and a system. And in the system, what is in play? Tools, people, and process. Whichever system we are dealing with, we are working with these three things at the periphery. Out of these two, tools and process are simpler. You can learn them very easy. You know, you join an office, you get a certification of whatever technical thing you want to learn, and then you learn the business process of that particular organization. You apply the tools, you get the result. That's well and good. But what is important is the people. People part is the most difficult part because people are emotional. You know, we are guided by emotions. Not each of us are guided by the same goal. Our goals sometimes conflict. So to understand people and to work with people, we need those soft skills. Next, please. So we say that we need to combine our soft skills and hard skills, and together, if we can have a balance, then we can have a smoother ride in the life. Please. Now, to make this soft skills part of me, I came up with this pyramid structure. This is my framework to internalize or acquire soft skills. Now, if you can see the bottom line, the bottom part of the pyramid, I said meditate to prepare mind. Because all these skills, they're sitting on our mind. You know, we need to prepare our mind to acquire those skills. Now, how to prepare our mind? In fact, my friend Nasreen in one of the presentations asked me that question, and from there I was doing some introspection, and then I came up with the idea that meditation can prepare me to acquire soft skills. And then onward, I have started practicing in my life. Every day, for 10 to 15 minutes, I sit quiet, I look into my breathing in and out, you know, exhaling and inhaling, and not to think about anything, although thoughts comes, but I recognize them, I let them go, and try to come back to my attention point, you know. So that's the way I prepare my mind. Then, that's like you are building a house or pyramid, you are preparing your soil. You know, you are developing the land. So when the land is developed, on top of that, you put the next foundation. And the foundation is the emotional skills or emotional intelligence. I know many of you heard about this particular term in the last 50 years. This has come into picture in the knowledge area, and people are doing lots of research on this. They have come up with many things, and they found that if somebody is not emotionally intelligent, then his IQ is not really giving him the legs up in the competitive world, you know. You need to be emotionally intelligent. Now, to be short about emotional intelligence, what is that? It's telling that our brain has, in the center of our brain, there is a place called amygdala. Amygdala is sitting on top of our spinal cord. And one of the things amygdala does is scanning for threat. Why? Because we evolved from caveman, you know. And for the caveman to survive, the biggest thing they need to know where the threat is coming from, where the, you know, how to survive that particular day. And that particular thing retained by that amygdala, and it is still doing that without our consciously knowing that, you know. It's always in action. It is always looking for threat. And then it sometimes works of its own. It hijacks our action, you know. It makes us to say something or do something which we regret after we do that or say that, you know. Like রাগের মাথায় আমরা একটা কিছু বলে দিলাম, বলি না অনেক সময়। তো ওই রাগের মাথায় কথাটা কেন we try to avoid, সেটা করার জন্যই আমাদেরকে emotionally intelligent হতে হবে. It has many dimensions. I'll not go into that detail. I have only 15 minutes and my wife is waiting for me at home. So next level in the pyramid is sharpen your communication skills. Now, to deal with people, we need to communicate. That's pretty obvious. Now, in the communication area, the most important part is to listen. Listen carefully. Listen with your heart and listen the spoken words as well as the unspoken words. So you need to know how to listen. And in the life coaching area, that listening has so many different levels. Like there are 3 levels of listening itself, you know. You need to listen without giving or trying to think too much about how to respond, you know. What do you do normally? We listen, but we are always ready how to counter that, you know. So that's one area. You need to sharpen your communication skill. And on top of that, you add the awareness about your biases. All of us, because of our life experience, we develop some bias. Where we grew up, at home we grew up, what are the life experience we had. One of the pretty good example of bias is, and these are, we call them hidden bias because we are not aware of that. I have that bias, I never thought I have that bias. So these are there, but we do not consciously know them. So one good example is, we have from Bangladesh perspective or from our society back home, we know that women are soft, you know, they're soft-hearted. So with that bias in our mind, let's say you are a leader and you have to choose between a man and a woman to promote for the leadership position. You will naturally tend to the man, although the woman can be the better candidate. So when you take critical decision, you think about your hidden biases pretty closely. You ask yourself, am I getting biased in this decision? And on top of that, I say avoid microaggression. What is microaggression? In Bangladesh we say, খোঁচা মেরে কথা বলা। আমরা কি বলি? একজনকে দেখানো একটু খোঁচা দিয়ে দিই, তাই না? ছোট্ট করে। এবং আমরা এই খোঁচা মেরে কথা বলাটা বাংলাদেশিদের আমাদের খুব কমন। আমরা এটাতে খুব মজা পাই। It's good that with your friends you can do that for fun, but not in your workplace, not in your serious conversation. You know, not always. Try to be measured in that area. So you avoid to the extent you can, especially in your professional life, and definitely not with your counterpart at home as well, you know. That's one of the sensitive areas to avoid kochamara, you know. And then the next level is to appreciate the diversity of human beings. Wherever we are, each of us are unique individual. We come from different experience, different background, different education, different religion. So in Bangladeshi context, we come from different districts, and we are very much, motivated to work only with my people of my district, you know. So avoid that part. You try to be open for everybody in the pool you are looking into. Because if you don't do that, you lose talents as a leader or as a main man of any organization, you are acquiring talents from the marketplace, which is the society. And if you limit yourself, then you lose talents. And if you don't have talented people around you, you will not succeed, because nobody succeeds alone in this knowledge economy. And then if you can do all these things, then you will be a good leader, balanced leader. You will be able to do good things for your life wherever you are, and you'll have a blissful life. So I think I'll cut short here, although I have some more thing to go. So to conclude, I'll say that think about Noah Harari's, Yuval Noah Harari's, cautionary statement that each of us, being so powerful, we need to know how to use that power wisely. Thank you.